Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Faultite. You're either watching this video on my Facebook group or my YouTube channel, which are both called Lady Faultite Light Healing. Today we're going to talk a little bit about spiritual gratitude. Tuesday we talked about gratitude and how it can change you and change others. And so today I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the ways that you can work with gratitude. So we talked Tuesday about things, how gratitude can change your life. But today we're going to talk a little bit about how you can work with gratitude. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and get our morning stuff going that we normally do. So I'm going to go ahead and light my candle. I did take a few minutes before coming live and switch out to put my November candle away, and finally got my December candle out. So it has Buddha on it and it says healing. So go ahead and get that lit. Maybe not. There we go. Oh, it didn't go. And I'm gonna burn my fingers off. The wick was down a little bit. Didn't light. Try again. There we go. All right, so we've got our candle lit, and so we're gonna go ahead and smudge. So I'm gonna get this lit. I've got some white sage that I'm lighting via the candle that I just lit. I love to burn things. I have 500 lighters around my house. But someone said that they got a message that I should not be using the lighters and using more just natural. So I've switched over to the little matches. I don't know how much more natural that is, but switched over to that. And so I light my candle, and then I've been using my candle to light all the other things that I have. So sometimes I get messages from you guys too. All right, and smudging is really good spiritually, but it's also really good. That it's really good physically as well. It is antibacterial, so that is a plus. But it is scientifically proven to get rid of negative energy and promote positive energy in your house. So sometimes if you just get home from work and everybody's had a really bad day, you can just walk around with a smudge, or even just put a little on a charcoal disc. You can get incense sticks. I have incense sticks that are smudge. I love the smell of it. I recommend you do it at least twice a week if you can. You should really do it daily, but if not, at least twice a week. And I recommend at least once a month going through like your whole house and just getting your house really good. So we did that. Just want to show, I got a little bundle of cedar here for smudging as well. So I'm just going to light that for a minute. Again, it's really good for clearing. Some people don't like the smell of the white sage, so there are lots of different alternative ways to clear out there. And then always got your Paleo Santos as well. I'm going to light that. I love the smell of this. Even if it wasn't good physically and spiritually, I would still like this because I think it just smells amazing. And it smells so good. This comes from Mexico. It's called Paleo Santos, and the wood is naturally smells like this. It's not scented. You can buy scented ones. You can buy oil-infused ones on Sage Goddess. There's a couple of different ones. Morning. We're just doing all our smudging. I've done my white sage and my cedar and now my Palo Santos. So I'm going to light it again. So this morning we're going to talk about ways to work with gratitude. So Tuesday we talked about how gratitude can change your life. And so today we're just going to talk about some of the ways we can work with gratitude. But before we do that, we got our candle going. We got all our smudge stuff going. We're going to do our chakra card real quick. So last week we had Divine Truth. So we're going to go ahead and put that back in the deck and pick a new card. So the card isn't for anyone particular. Thank you. Card isn't for anyone particular, just as a collective for the group. I find that it usually resonates with someone, sometimes me. I really like it when the cards kind of end up being linked somehow to like the topic that I've picked for the day. So I always think that's pretty cool when that happens. All right. So today we've got no worries. Wouldn't that be nice if we could go through a whole day with no worries? All right, so got to take my glasses off so I can read it for you. Remember that protection is your divine birthright. Ground your energy into Gaia with the vibrant garnet red grounding cord that you send from between your hips down into the depths of her sacred womb. Send all your fears, worries, and concerns down that cord and feed them back to the earth, where they can be transformed and transmuted, returning to you as usable white light. So we've talked about that in the class that I took, that I'm taking, Soul Shift. We've talked about that, and we haven't talked about it too much here, but whether you call her just Mother Earth or Mother Nature, whether you call her Gaia or Pachamama, her food is our junk, our stress, our fear, our worries, our pain, grief, all those things that we don't really want. We feed them to Pachamama and she sends them back to us as a positive energy. So we give her all our negative crap and she gives us back positive. And people tend to worry about like, oh, I don't want to give Mother Earth all my junk. But that is her food. So that is sustaining her. So don't ever worry about giving her too much of your junk because that's just not possible. It's like telling me I've had too much candy. It's just not possible. So I'll get a picture of that up on the group for us. Take it now because I don't want to forget. Sorry, I kind of skipped over that. That does go with your root chakra. And the crystal is red jasper. And the herb is rosemary. So you can put a little rosemary on your incense burner. Or, yeah, she can have it all. We don't want it, right? You can put a little rosemary on your incense burner. You can do a simmer pot. I have one on my stove. It's just a little tiny pot that I throw all kinds of different stuff in. Right now it's got cinnamon, it's got bay leaves, it's got some clove, it's got some nutmeg. I don't know. I just throw things in there, and then when things start to get yucky, I kind of pull them out and just refill the water every day. So you could put a little bit of rosemary in a simmer pot if you wanted to do that. You could work with some rosemary essential oils if you have any. There's lots of different ways you can work with the herbs. You can cook with it. Make some rosemary chicken tonight. You know, there's all different things you can do. I know it's like, well, it's that simple. I can just put some rosemary on some chicken, but yeah, it's really that simple. The herbs were here for us for healing and spiritual reasons, and somewhere along the line, they just became spices, and that's not really what they were here for. So we've done our cards, we've done our smudging. So we're going to just talk a little bit about some of the ways that you can work with gratitude. So I just got a list because I've always got a list because I love my little lists. So the number one thing I have is be open to receiving. So that's hard for a lot of us. A lot of us think like we're not good enough, or we don't deserve it, or that somebody needs it more. We've talked ourselves like right out of receiving things, and you do deserve it. You do. It like love, for example. You would be like, oh, somebody needs it more, or support, love, support. Somebody needs it more than me. But Athena explained it, and I really like this. It's not a pie. It's not like you cut it in 8 slices and everybody gets 8 slices and, well, she needs her pie more than I need my pie. It's not like that. Love is for everybody. There's not a certain amount in that somebody needs it more than you do. We're all here to receive the love or whatever it is you're looking to receive. Support, love, financial stability. Like I said, we've kind of talked ourselves out of that. Either we don't deserve it or somebody needs it more. And I really like that. It's not a piece of pie. It's not like, oh, if she has pie, I can't have pie. Or if I have pie, she can't have pie. We can all have a piece of pie, whatever that is, love, support, relationship, abundance, whatever it is that you're receiving. There's enough for everybody. It's not a piece of pie. We're not going to run out. So really just be open to receiving. Morning, Misty. Thanks for joining. So we're talking about ways to work with gratitude today. And so the number one was to just be open to receiving whatever it is that, is out there that's coming for you. And by being open to it, you may find that you've got some really good opportunities out there that you might not have stumbled upon or noticed when you were kind of in that I don't deserve it stage. So just be open to receiving and kind of be on the lookout for things. Now that's different than being greedy and being like, oh, that's mine and I deserve it and give it to me. But just be open and aware of things that could be coming your way and be open to receiving them. Number 2, I put accept with authenticity. So once you're open to receiving that and now you're receiving it, be genuinely grateful that you have it. And this could be anything, it could be a gift. We know we're getting into the holiday seasons where people are going to be doing gift exchanges and things. So accept with gratitude and have it be authentic. Just real quick, on the radio yesterday, they were talking about whether gift cards were a Christmas present or not, or if it was a cop-out. And my take on it was, if anybody gets you anything, you should be grateful that you got a gift, that you were on their list of people that they wanted to give something to. Whether you got a gift card, you got something homemade, or you got something, that you really wanted. Whatever it is, accept it with true authenticity and true gratefulness that you got anything and that this person cares about you enough to have you on their list of people that they wanted to give gifts to. So just really be grateful for that. And if you get a sweater that grandma gave you that is, like something from, pink, I would never wear like a big pink fuzzy sweater. I would never wear that. But I would still want to show her gratitude that she thought of me to give me a gift. May never wear it, but she thought of me. She took time to pick it out and wrap it and bring it to me. And some people really do love gift cards. I like gift cards because then you really can go get what you want. on the radio, they were talking about how that's kind of like a cop-out and it's not very personalized. But sometimes that's what people want, especially, you know, older people in life that have a lot of things. They don't have a lot of things that they want. So a gift certificate for a nice meal or something is really thoughtful. But yeah, you should just be thankful that you got anything at all, because you didn't have to get anything, you know. So just, you know, accept with true authenticity and true gratitude. Number 3, I put commit to some action. So that's kind of like what you put out there is what you're going to get back. So if you're, and I don't necessarily mean gifts, like, yes, if you give a gift, you'll probably get a gift back. But I'm talking more, you know, of the gratitude. If you're putting that gratitude out there, it's going to come back to you as well. And some of those things you could do is, you know, I live in a small area, so it's a little bit, there's not a lot of different things around here, but you could work with a shelter. You could work on a food drive or Toys for Tots or any of those things, and give back a little bit. And you'll see some of that come back to you. But really just, if you, in the simplicity of it, commit to action is just when you are receiving something and you are open to it, is, and you're accepting it with, it's kind of all goes together. When you're accepting it with that true authenticity, is make sure you're saying that. Make sure you're expressing that. You know, whether, you know, you're so happy you're crying, or just a true thank you, that was so thoughtful, I love it. You know, whatever it is, commit to that action part of the gratitude as well. Another thing you can do is you can work with some green aventurine. I should have pulled a piece out here, but oh, that right on top. You can work with a piece of green aventurine. So green is it's your heart chakra. So that's where a lot of your gratitude is going to come from. It's heartfelt gratitude. Green aventurine, as a rule of thumb, is like abundance. And so that abundance doesn't necessarily just have to be financial. It can be abundance of anything. So we could work with this right now for an abundance of gratitude. You know, you can throw in a little abundance of financial support during the holidays as well if you want. But it doesn't have to be just for one thing. You can multitask with it. But yeah, green aventurine is abundance. So you could work with this and have an abundance of gratitude. So I'm actually going to leave that. That was really weird. It was like sitting right on the top right there. Number 5 I have is create your space. Now, whether you want to use the word altar or space, or just use decorative is fine. We've talked about this and other things. I think we talked about it during Samhain, if you wanted to make an altar space. But you don't need to use the word altar if that makes you uncomfortable. Take a little space, whether it's a little table. That's what I have. I have a little table here that has all my stuff on it. I have a little section on my dresser in my bedroom. I also have some stuff up on my counter up there. So just make a little space and, you know, just make it your own. But you could put things that you're thankful for, or a picture of someone you're thankful for. You could put some green candles on it. You could put some greenery right now, so like pines or something like that. You could decorate something with that with green. If you have some green aventurine, you could put that in your space. Really, there's no right or wrong way. You just want to make it your own. So, and again, whether you want to call it an altar space, or whether you want to call it, you know, just your your space, which is fine. You could just say, this is my space. And your space can be anywhere. Your space can be your bathroom. If you're somebody that like really loves to take a hot tub, you could put these things around your tub. So you could use some green candles. You could use some green aventurine. You could even put some pine, maybe sprigs in your bathtub. I mean, get creative. You can really do whatever you want with it. But just kind of make your own space for your gratitude. I think visualizations, like, you know, some people do vision boards. You could do a vision board. That's not really my thing. I'm not really into it all that much, but it's a big thing. A lot of people love to do that. So you could get a piece of cardboard. You can get like that really hard cardboard at the dollar store, and post pictures up there or words of things that you're grateful for. If that's something that, if you're visual that way. So you could really do all kinds of things. Just get an 8x11 picture frame and post in some pictures in the frame, and then hang the frame somewhere, or set the frame with a green candle. Really, you can be pretty creative on how you want to do it, but just create a little space for yourself, for your gratitude. Like I said, if you're not comfortable with the word altar, that's perfectly fine. But if you did want to do an altar, you could certainly let me know. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more next year, about setting up an altar and different things that you would put in your altar and where you would place them in your altar. A dream board? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people love doing the vision boards. I'm just really not very good at it. But I don't like magazines. So I think, you know, like, I don't have a lot of magazines to cut things out of, but I guess I could print stuff off. But yeah, I'm not really. I tried twice. I bought the board. It's in my room. There's like 3 things stuck on it. It's just, maybe someday I'll do it. But yeah, I was going to do like a vision board for my goals, which was, you know, kind of be owning my own business and stuff. And I was going to do it up, make a little vision board for that, but I haven't got very far with it. It's just not my thing, I guess. But you could do a grid. So you could take some green aventurine and different kinds of quartz and make a little grid if that's what you wanted to do. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you could do to make your little space, but just make it yours. Make it feel comfortable for you. Make it things like, you know, I said you could put a picture of somebody you're grateful for. Even just like you put, like, if for me, the first thing I thought of is like my wedding picture. You know, that was a day that I was so grateful for, and so grateful that it was the way it was. We had a beautiful day. We had beautiful weather. We had a ton of fun. We had great music. We had great people. You know, it was a day that I was so happy and grateful for. So, you know, maybe you could put a picture like that, something that would, you know, bring up a memory for you of something that you were grateful for. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments or looking for ideas, you can always reach out to me, and I can always kind of help you figure out what you want to do. You know, like I said, the dollar store is really amazing for that kind of stuff. Go buy a little green placemat, which, you know, it's Christmas time, so I'm sure they got tons of them. Buy a little green placemat. Buy a little green candle or a white candle. You know, buy some green stones. Go get a little bit of, get a twig or a branch off a fir tree and put it out there. And it would look kind of Christmassy anyway. So that's why I'm like, if you know, you can do an altar in secret and nobody would really know it was an altar if you didn't tell them. But I don't think we should hide. If we want to make an altar, we should tell people, that is my altar. I'm working on gratitude right now. So lastly, I have be present. And we've talked about that. I had a whole video on being present with people. Actually, I think it was being present and being in gratitude as well. So maybe this is kind of repeat, but that was like over a year ago, I think, that I did that video of being present. And being present is just being in the moment. I know it's really hard. It's hard for me because a lot of times I'm thinking about 500 things I have to do or somewhere else I have to go. And I got to remember to get milk, all those kind of things. And so sometimes when we're with somebody, yeah, be proud. Yeah, exactly. It's not a big secret anymore that we're out there, and nobody's going to come burn me at the stake. So, and this is who I am, and, accept me as a whole. So, but yeah, be present. Definitely be present, which is, like I said, hard because a lot of times we are all over the place. We have very busy lives. But if you're taking time to be with someone or doing something, if you creating your space, your altar, be present in that. Be thinking about what you're doing and why you're using the items you're using, and not worry about buying milk. We can worry about that later. Same when we're with somebody, right? All the time, but during the holidays, we have a lot of things that we go to and places we go and stuff, and just be in the moment. If you're having a conversation with someone, just be present for that conversation. As I was distracted by my phone, sometimes it's better if we just turn them over and don't look at them. Perfect example, right, of being present. Be present with them. Pay attention to them. Listen to them. Have a genuine conversation with them. Whatever it is. So many times now, we go out somewhere and you look around, say you're at a restaurant, you look around and there's all these people and they're all just sitting there on their phones. It's like you took the time to go to a restaurant. You took the time to get in the car and drive there and go in and sit down. And now you're going to play on your phone while you eat your meal. And then you're going to get up and get back in the car and drive home. It's like you took that time. Be present with the person that you're there with. Spend some quality time with them. Even set aside a time, at our house, we don't really have like dinner time, like sit at the table dinner time. We haven't really had that since our kids have all kind of grown and gone. But I try with my husband while I'm cooking supper to have some sort of conversation with him. How was your day? It's usually like idle chit chat kind of stuff. How was your day? Were you busy? Ask him something about his job. Did this get done today? Did you have a chance to do that? Did you get that project done you wanted to do? Things like that. And actually just spend a little time in having a conversation with him before we sit down and turn the TV on and play on our phones and sit there like bumps on a log until we get up and go to bed. So try somewhere in your day. It would be awesome to think that we could do it all day long every day, but I think we need baby steps. So just pick out a day, a time of your day that you're going to be present. Now, if you're morning people, maybe you're going to sit and have your coffee together and you're not going to be on your phones. You're going to actually have conversation and actually make eye contact with each other. Or if you're more evening people, like, because Eric, by the time I get up, Eric's already gone to work. He leaves really early. So I'm not getting up that early to have coffee with him. I love him, but I'm a night person and not a morning person. But at nighttime, like I said, if I'm making dinner or washing dishes or whatever, we have, like, this is all open. That's the counter and that's our kitchen right there. So if he's sitting here at the couch and I'm in the kitchen, it's very easy still to have conversations with him. And so try to have some sort of conversation. Did you have a good day? How was your day? What'd you have for lunch? I know it's like silly questions, but it's just that interaction of spending some time together and actually speaking to each other and not just texting each other while we sit next to each other, sending each other silly memes. So yeah, really try to be present. Those are my tips. So again, real quick, be open to receiving, accept with authenticity, commit to action, work with green aventurine, create your own space/altar, and be present. And I said it before, but I really want to say it again. What you put out there is what you are going to receive back. So if you're putting out negativity into the world, that is most likely what you are going to get back. If you're putting out love and gratitude and acceptance, that is what you are going to get back. It's a little tricky because if you have somebody that's very negative in your life and you start doing all these positive things and saying positive things and being, very vocal about being positive, that person probably is going to kind of fall off from you. And sometimes that's hard, but sometimes that's what we need as well, is for some of those negative people to fall off. It's Athena refers to it as your vibration. You're raising your vibration, and not everybody's vibration is going to raise at the same time as yours. But that friend, if they're a good friend and they see that you're doing good things and good things are coming to you, maybe they'll come back in and raise up with you. So, but sometimes negative people do have to kind of fall off for us. And, sometimes we have to cut them out. Sometimes they don't just fall off. Sometimes we have to cut them out. I've been really fortunate. I haven't really had to do much of that. The one negative person in my life that I would like to cut out is not an option. She's my boss. I can't really cut her out of my life unless I quit. And that's not going to happen quite yet. That's the plan someday, but not quite yet. Can't happen yet. Not ready. But yeah, sometimes we just have to, like I said, I've been really fortunate that I haven't really had to do that. But in my class group, I've, read posts where people have said, today was a really hard day. Such and such has been a friend of mine for the last 15, 20 years, whatever. And I had to tell her today that we can't be friends anymore because she's, either toxic or negative or whatever it is. And, sometimes that just really sucks, but sometimes that's what we need to do. So that was a little side note there. Wasn't really part of the whole gratitude thing, but just a little word of advice. Sometimes we just have to cut some of that negativity out of our life to really express and be at the higher vibration that we want to be at. So again, that was going back to what you put out there is what you're going to get back. And I really do believe in the threefold. So whatever you're putting out there, you're going to get back threefold. So if you are sending out all kinds of love and gratitude right now, expect some really good things to be coming your way. So that's it. That's what I have for today. Obviously, really spending some time with my green aventurine here while I'm talking with you. But yeah, and sometimes it really sucks, and it really sucks when that person's a family member. Like I've had a lot of people tell me that, like they've had to cut out people that were, sisters or brothers or even parents because they're just too toxic for them, which really sucks. But I really think everything happens for a reason, and maybe you cutting them out is their wake-up call that they need to change some of their ways as well. So, and maybe, like I said, maybe they'll come back to you. That silly saying, if you love something, set it free. It'll come back to you if it's meant to be. But, these sayings are around for a long time for reasons, even though they sound kind of silly to some of us, but it's true. So, yeah, have a super day. I'm off to work, and then I think tonight we're going to go to the Old Time Christmas in Lancaster. So I'm going to go with some of the grandkids. So, and I will Try really hard to be grateful and present the whole time and not be distracted with 5 million things that I could be doing at home, which is hard for me right now. Not that I don't love spending time with the kids. That's not the point at all. But I have a vendor fair that I'm going to on Saturday. And like in the middle of the night last night, I woke up with this, oh my God, why did you not do this before kind of idea. So, yeah, so now I have tonight and tomorrow to pull it together before the vendor fair. And tonight we're going to be out. So maybe I can sneak some stuff at lunchtime today, get some stuff done at my lunchtime. But yeah, so, and I made a post about my products that I'm working on and getting them going. And I ordered a bunch of bottles last night. So bottles are coming and I have to work on getting some labels printed. And once all that's done, I'll get pictures up there with descriptions and everything. They probably won't be as fancy and as pretty as Sage Goddesses, but I'll do my best to make them that way. But yeah, I have all the products that I want to work with. I've picked them out. I've got them all. My recipes are all done. My pricing is done. And so I'm not going to make up a ton of all the different products just because I don't have enough money to make up 12 of every single thing that I'm going to make. But I'll try to make up a couple of everything and get them posted on the group so you guys can see them, and put a little description in there for you, put the pricing in there for you. And but as always, I'm always willing, if you message me and say, listen, I'm having a hard time, I don't know, sleeping. I do have one for sleep, but just say I didn't. You said I'm having a really hard time with sleeping. Focus, we'll use that one. I'm having a really hard time focusing. I don't have a blend made up for that. That wasn't one of the ones I did. But if, like me right now, menopause, I have the whole squirrel thing going on. Get distracted very easy. So if you said I'm having a really hard time focusing, and I don't see that you have a blend for that, I am always willing to make up something for you. That's not going to change. So if you have anything that you don't see that I have a blend up there for, don't just say, well, oh, she doesn't make that, because I'm always willing to make up a special blend for anybody that has specific needs. I didn't do one for like digestive issues, but if you're having stomach problems, I can certainly make up a blend for that. There's a lot of different things that, we can work with that I didn't do blends for. I kind of picked the more like relax, sleep, love, grounding, the more typical ones, but I'm always willing to make up a personalized blend as well. So, and I'm excited to try to get a bunch of my own signature blends. It's called Sasta, and it actually, I don't know if I'm saying that right because it's Gaelic and I don't speak Gaelic, but it basically means happy. So I'll be happy to share it with you. All right, so I have to go to work. I have to go to my Muggle job, and do Muggle things, and talk on the phone, and process orders, and all that fun stuff so I can get Muggle money to pay for my Muggle bills. So have a great day. Lots of love. Thanks for joining. Give me a heart or a thumbs up or even a frowny face if you want. Just let me know that you saw this, so I'm not just talking to myself. I'm very glad that Bobby Joe was on here with me this morning, a good friend of mine, and she's going to be joining me in classes next year, so I'm super excited about that. And maybe she'll go down to, I plan on going to the Springfield show in Mass in the spring, so maybe you can hitch a ride with me for that, Bobby. That'll be fun. I want to rent a B&B down there and get like 8 or 10 of us to stay. I think it'll be a ton of fun. So keep that in mind. All right. So yeah, I have to go to work. Lots of love. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And as always, remember to be kind. Your kindness could not only change your day, but it could change somebody else's day and potentially somebody else's life. So lots of love. Thanks. You guys are awesome. Bye.